What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone for another daily news show. It's close to kickoff. It's getting closer to actually game day again. We play in a couple of days. We play on Saturday against Empoli, and right now it's a new Juve. We are looking for our footing, in general, the way we play, so on, so on. But I think most importantly, we are looking for a leader. That is probably the biggest debate right now, and Koopmeiners might be that guy. And I think he will be that guy. I think he is the guy that will emerge to be the leader in the next couple of weeks, months, and to be kind of the face of the team right now. I know Gatti got the armband, but you don't need to have the armband right now to be that guy, And maybe in a few months or so, that changes and Gatti's not wearing the captain's armband. But how long has it been since we had a leader on and off the pitch, and especially on the pitch, a guy who makes the difference? And that's what we're going to talk about in this one, because we need it. We need it now. We need somebody to actually stand up and rise. We need somebody who stands in there in that team in the difficult moments, during parts of the game, whatever, because now it becomes real, with the Champions League, with the games coming thick and fast. It's real right now, and we need a leader, something we definitely did not have in the last couple of weeks. But we're going to talk about that and more. But before we do that, as always, smash the like button. Let's get to at least 100. Should be easy. So hit the like button, subscribe, and let's talk. Okay, so I said in the intro, how long has it been? Like, when was the last time we had a leader on the pitch as well, rather than off the pitch? It's probably Chiellini, right? And it feels ages, also because the last season or so, it was a lot of like injuries and so on. So it wasn't really, oh, he's part of the team right now. It was more of, he is in the squad, but it's not really the Chiellini we knew, the Chiellini who was also present, and you kind of felt it was kind of fading away due to his not his ability to not be on the pitch, basically, his ability to get injured really soon, so that was the last time. The club tried to bridge that with Danilo. It's a flop. It's an epic flop, besides him not being a very good player, he's just an okay player. It was forced, it's one of the most, personally, one of the weirdest things I've ever seen at this club. The way that got forced is actually cringe. It's cringe, because it felt natural from day one. I know a lot of people fell for it. I'm still confused why, but it was ridiculous, because a captain, yes, he needs to speak well and whatever. He needs to have a cool head in interviews, whatever. But he also needs to not beat around the bush and say things, and not say things without saying anything, because that's what Danilo does. When he speaks, every time he listens, he waffles. I'm sorry. He can give a 10-minute interview. After that 10-minute, I'll come out of that interview and say, you said absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing that you said is valid or has any sort of value. Pair that with on the pitch, he's not that guy. Right now, we need somebody to stand up. And I believe that could be Koopmeiners, for a simple reason, and some might not like that. He is Dutch. That's a reason. And I still need to come across a Dutch player who kind of, how do you want to say that? Shuts his mouth, basically, or doesn't let slip a few things here and there in an interview, or doesn't make his voice heard on and off the pitch, where you look at him and you're like, yeah, this is not an act. This is real. Pair that with the fact that he is one of the best midfielders in the league. He has been for 2-3 seasons at Atalanta. That's what I need. I need my captain to be on that pitch and be one of the main guys. I need my captain to be one of those players where, when things get difficult, a player like Yildiz, or a player like Conceição, or a player like Thuram, like the younger guys who are unexperienced on the higher stage, on the high level, look at them and be like, man, he is giving it his all. He is on his own right now. I need to step up, in a difficult moment where he makes that difference and everybody looks at him and be like, okay, now I need to step up as well. Otherwise, we will look like idiots because he's doing all the work. That was not the case with Danilo. I don't think that's going to be the case with Gatti as well, because as good as he has played in the first 3 games, Gatti, he doesn't have that level of talent. So I don't have that feeling with him as well. With him, I think he is that guy because he's talented enough. He says the right things, and with the right things, I mean it's not generic. It's just real. It's not rehearsed. It's not the same thing every single week again, basically. When you hear one thing from Danilo, or a captain like Danilo, doesn't need to be Danilo, but a player the club uses basically and knows he's just gonna follow the business line right here, and he's gonna say the same thing no matter if we win 1-0, if we lose 3-0. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Remember when we lost the game? I'm forgetting which game it was, and they sent out Miretti to speak, and I was like, huh? That was weird. That was really weird. And then a couple of minutes later, or like an hour or so later, Danilo puts a post out there on Instagram. I'm like, yeah, this is not okay. Like, this is absolutely not okay. We need somebody who steps up on and off the pitch. We have been crying out for that for a couple of seasons right now, and it's needed. It's definitely needed, and maybe it won't be Koopmeiners. I believe he can be that, and maybe it will be natural, and somebody else will pop up, and will fulfill that role and be that guy. Who knows? Who knows? But right now, the tools to be that guy are in Koopmeiners' hands, because he's brought in to be the key player. I don't think he will feel pressure. I think he will perform as up to standards as we are expecting, as everybody's expecting and hoping he will do. So I don't think that will be an issue. That's why I think he will be that guy, because we need somebody right now. When you have Champions League games coming out, you have tough games in Serie coming up, you have expectations, you need somebody who can deal with it and also who can back it up week in, week out. You can have bad games, I get it. But if you're not present on the pitch, if you don't feel the presence of the captain on the pitch, you have an issue. You just have an issue. That's just my opinion. We have that with Buffon. Even when he was on goal, you knew he was out there. That was different. Chiellini, Del Piero. Even when Marquinhos wore the armband the couple of times, you felt there's somebody out there who will give it his all. And on top of that, it will be quality as well. It's not just putting a shift in. Oh, he put a shift in. He put a shift in, but it was quality on top of that. And he actually dragged the teams through the mud, through muddy periods in a game. That's what we need. I think Koopmeiners will be that. Otherwise, I don't see who will stand up and fulfill that role right now. I hope I'm pleasantly surprised, and maybe it's somebody else. But right now, I think we should be banking our hopes on Koopmeiners for this one, But let's see. Let's see how that will develop in a couple of weeks. But I think it needs to come natural. Obviously, it cannot be forced. So that's kind of the only thing I'm hoping for right now. But let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, and I will speak to you guys very soon. Ciao.